Hey guys, Matt here, and today, in this video, I just wanted to talk about my review of the PvE side of the Dawning. I've done my sort of PvP side, mainly SRL Review, so maybe check that out after this video, but this video is mainly going to be focusing on the PvE aspect, not concept. Good start. Right, first off I'm just going to list everything that came with the PvE side of the Dawning. I've done the PvP side in the SRL review, but yeah, if you watch this video and like it, then leave a like, subscribe, because I will be making more content. Dislike it if you feel necessary. Any feedback's nice. Comments, negative comments, positive comments, all taken on board. Okay, so first off, we received strike scoring. I'll be going over these points in detail in a moment. So we got strike scoring. We've got 3 new exotics: Icebreaker, Abaddon, Nova Mortis. Again, I'll be going over them later. We've got 3 strikes: the Nexus, Tanyx, and Omnigul. We've got new armor sets, moved from blue to legendary. We got a new quest book, and we got new ornaments for our exotic weapons. So first off, I'm going to go over strike scoring. We were given new medals with strike scoring, which add score to your strike scoring, as you could say. So we got additional medals, which is something I don't think we've seen really since Taken King. I don't think we got given new medals, things like Rainbow Medal, which is primary streak, secondary streak, and legend and heavy streak rather, all in one strike. So we got given that. The scoring overall has improved since Challenge of Elders. I think we can all agree that the scoring system is much better. To get high score in Challenge of Elders, you had to have everyone sort of tag enemies by, shooting the enemy once. You had 2 people running around tagging enemies, shooting them once, and 1 person killing that enemy. So there'd be 2 assists and a kill for every minion of the darkness down. I would have liked leaderboards in strike scoring and a more competitive feel. So at the end of strike scoring, you just have 3 scores that are all the same. The overall score would have been nice to see the individual score, so you carried who, so you can be with your friends. And this might sound a bit cheesy, you can be like, oh mate, Derek, you were shit in that round, because friends have banter like that. But we could have had a more competitive feel, maybe so people competing each other for the higher score. I know that probably would barely happen in Destiny, but it's an option. It's more of an option and just another incentive to play. I don't see why that wasn't in there. It probably wouldn't have been hard. You have general scoring and normal strikes anyway before. They added a timer. The timer is much better than it was in Challenge of Elders. The timer actually feels like it improves your score if you do the strike faster, whereas in Challenge of Elders, I don't know anyone other than the first couple of weeks when it said, Tanyx is getting impatient, your score's decreasing or whatever, would actually kill a boss straight then and there, because the penalty wasn't as much as just carrying on playing. I think I don't know if it's a glitch or not, but if you load into a patrol zone in a strike, which I think most strikes you do, you can just run around killing all the ads there. I think maybe they should change it so it's only in a darkness zone, because there's so many strikes I've joined where, as the good-hearted Destiny player I am, I run straight into the strike rather than just not cheesing it, but rather than just point farming. And the 2 other people in my strike in a public lobby are just running around in the, with the level 14 ads, just annihilating them, increasing our score. I think maybe they should change it to just the enemies in the darkness zone. The Nightfall leaderboard I'm going to incorporate with strike scoring. There's apparently a Nightfall leaderboard. There is Nightfall scoring, but it seems to be absent. I don't know where it is. I've looked around, I can't find it. I don't know if it's just for the best scores of the week on like the weekly update or whatever, but it would have been nice to just have leaderboards in general. But the most important thing with strike scoring is that it's sticking around. The content is staying now. And I'm not talking being able to buy the Ghost from the vendor, which was a nice change that came with the Dawning. If you didn't know that, plug in my video here. Go see the 10 changes you didn't know that came with the Dawning. I'll leave a link in the description. But this content is staying. We can now play this content later on. We can do the bounties. I assume the book is staying. We have 3 weeks to do it anyway. I don't see if you haven't completed it or not. But people who might miss, the Dawning, They won't have SRL, they will have it in private matches, but they will have strike scoring, and they will have nightfall scoring, which I will go into later. What as well is strike scoring was just improving the system we already had. We already had strikes. They didn't make a new game mode like SRL. What was good is they've got everyone playing content that's already there. You know, this has got me playing strikes again. Now, I didn't not play strikes. I played the 3 every week, like you do, for the legendary marks, even though I'm maxed out. It's just sort of ritual. Every Destiny player has their ritual, I think. Every serious player anyway. But it made me play strikes again, and it invested the player base once again in playing the content that was already in the game. I will talk about microtransactions before I forget to mention in a later video. I think that's a big enough topic. You know, a sort of, did microtransactions ruin the dawning? Or probably nothing that clickbait or dramatic, maybe something more along the lines of my thoughts on the microtransactions in the dawning. Next thing I want to talk about is the 3 new exotics that came with the dawning. So we got Icebreaker, which is obviously returning, and I say new loosely, but Icebreaker is returned. And we've had 2 new heavy weapons, heavy machine guns, Nova Mortis, and I keep calling it Abaddon, but I've heard a lot of American YouTubers say Abaddon. I think it's Abaddon, but it might be Abaddon, I don't know. It's Hebrew for destroyer, I think, in translation. But anyway, so Icebreaker. The quest for Icebreaker, or to get Icebreaker, is to do a Nightfall challenge every week, and there is a chance for it to drop. Now, in my opinion, this is brilliant, because this is getting people to play Nightfalls again. I don't know when the last time I played Nightfall was, but this is getting people to play Nightfalls again, which is something that I think Destiny needed. After they made the Nightfall changes, I don't know many people that played them, and it has again put the player base into playing content that's already there. They've made no change to Nightfalls really. They might have made a few tweaks here and there, but they've not changed the format of the Nightfall. They've just added a quest to get people to play them. That's brilliant. I would like them to bring the fiery head back. Can I just make a request, Bungie, if you're listening? Maybe have the fiery flamey heads back. That was something I never understood why you removed. But yeah, so Icebreaker is wonderful that it's come back, but yeah, it's also brilliant that it's tied in with the Nightfall to get people to play them Nightfall, and it's not a guaranteed drop every week. You could do it 3 times in a week and not get it, which means you don't have to play it next week. In my opinion, I wouldn't have preferred it, but I think it maybe would have been a better decision to be the first bounty of each week can drop you Icebreaker, and then maybe the next 2, ones you do in that week on the 2 different characters have a chance to drop you Icebreaker weapon ornaments, or the new ornaments from the microtransactions, which I think would maybe be better, because a lot of people got it in the first week if they play 3 characters, which I think kind of it's now people probably aren't going to play Nightfalls after that, unless they didn't achieve the quest in the actual record book, which was achieve 500,000 score or something in a Nightfall. But anyway, moving on. Nova Mortis. The quest for Nova Mortis would you had to get the Xur tag, which again is getting people to just play the game, because to even get the quest for Nova Mortis you have to play a lot of the Dawning to achieve rank 7, I think, in the quest book. So again, just getting people to play the game, playing stuff that was already there, or the new strike scoring, and that's brilliant. And the quest was just basically just to play strikes with a void subclass and get void subclass kills, I guess you could say, like void grenades, void ability kills, that was it. And then to play summoning pits, I think. It was just brilliant. Because again, it was just getting people to play content that was already there, getting people to play Destiny overall. A lot better than Festival of the Lost, which was just run around the tower for 30 minutes and then throw all your money into a slot machine, basically. And then Abaddon was an easy quest. It followed straight on from Nova Mortis, which you could say was nice and easy, but maybe would have preferred it to be the Abaddon quest is just dormant until the next reset, just so people are then waiting for a week to then do it again, because everyone got Abaddon and Nova Mortis on the same day, I think. And Abaddon's a bit glitched at the moment as well, as it's not always appearing above Survivor's Head. But yeah, it was nice. You virtually did the exact same quest as Nova Mortis, other than it was solar ability kills. And it was nice to get it quickly, virtually, but again, just got people to play the game, play the content that was already in the game. These quests were good. These exotic quests were very welcome. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about was the 3 new ornaments. Not 3 new ornaments, rather, the ornaments in general, because there was more than 3 actually. There was 2 ornaments for Thorn, 2 ornaments for Red Death, and the Last Word, Black Spindle, and Icebreaker. Now I know a lot of people don't like a lot of these, but it's a good system, you know, just basically putting more loot in the game. And again, they were a lot behind microtransactions, but the microtransactions I think were a lot more forgiving. There's a lot more sterling treasures you can actually earn in a week, so you can actually earn these exotics. Now again, I'm not going to go too much into microtransactions, I'm going to cover that in a later video. But again, it's just nice to have more customization in Destiny. I think we can all agree that our image of Destiny was a highly customizable character, which is something we haven't necessarily got. When we first heard when Destiny was coming when we first heard when Destiny was coming out about shaders, I think a lot of people were displeased almost that you couldn't have ultimate, you know, the total customization of your character, which I think might be something they improve in Destiny 2. But I will make a Destiny 2 speculation video in the future, so subscribe if you want to see that. 3 new strikes what I want to talk about next. The 3 new strikes overall were just extremely positive. Again, it's just more content, more stuff to play that came with the Dawning, and it's sticking around. It's content that came with a live update and stuck around. This live update is virtually the size and the scope that I think every live update in Destiny should be. It should have this much content sticking around, it should have this amount of temporary content, it should have content for different players. I think they got it right in this update, and I think, like I said in my video of why I thought the Dawning was promising, that it's come back off a bad update and got a hell of a lot of feedback. If you want to check that video out and see if I was right in a lot of things or wrong on a lot of things, then feel free to do so. Plugging my videos once again. Another positive with the strikes is that they improved on mechanics. They've made the strikes more mechanic heavy. The improvements they made to Nexus is they added Vault of Glass mechanics, and I will go into why I think that means the Vault of Glass raids are coming back in a later video. In the Tanic strike, they made it so you have to kill Siva nodes to lower Tanix's shields. It just made, I'd say, a bit more tedious, but it's just added another level to the strike. It was an improvement. Whether or not it was the best improvement they could have made, it was an improvement to an already quite unique strike where you're chasing the boss throughout the map. And Omnigul, they just improved the boss fight overall. I think it was very flimsy to bring Omnigul back. You know, it comes in on the comms like Omnigul has undone her death. That's quite flimsy to me, but it also shows the ability the Hive have a way to revive themselves almost, much like Guardians, which means that's Bungie's flimsy excuse maybe to bring back Crota's End. So the strikes are fantastic because they're staying. And what I forgot to mention about the ornaments is the ornaments from the packages are staying as well. After the Dawning, they'll be just put into the overall loot table, which is a welcome change, because if you don't want to spend money on packages now or don't have time to earn them now, you've still got a chance to get those ornaments when it's finished, which is positive because that's just more. Again, I'm going to keep saying it, and I hope people get this drilled into their head. Hope Bungie get this drilled into their head from everyone saying it virtually. More content is good. More content staying is good. More permanent content. More playable content is good. You know, Festival of Lost was not good because there was nothing to do. I get, okay, they had the quests, but we did the quests last year and they were extremely grindy quests for minimal rewards. I don't think people want to do that. You know, the masks are kind of cool, but really, are they what we're looking for? Even though Crimson Doubles wasn't particularly a strong live update, at least that had some sort of reward that affected your character and wasn't locked behind a paywall like Festival of the Lost. Most people's gripe with Festival of the Lost was not because new stuff was behind a paywall, it's the fact the only way to get the new stuff was behind a paywall, which is why I think they're more forgiving in the Dawning, as you can get this new content outside of paying for microtransactions. There's lots of opportunities to get packages and things. But again, I will go over that in a later video. I don't want to reveal too much of that video, otherwise it'd be pointless to make. So make sure you check that one out. Here's the section where I'll go around the quests, which is what I did in my SRL video about the SRL quests, so again, check that out. I thought the Vanguard quests were a little grindy maybe, but again, they make you play the game. They weren't grindy to the point where it's like, oh my god, I can't, you know, I've got to collect spin metal for a sword. They weren't grindy like that. They're grindy in the way you kind of had to keep playing the game. And the reason I think this took so long to make this review is because, like the SRL, I wanted to make sure I played everything. I wanted to make sure I completed the SRL page in the book, all the quests, get to rank 5, and I've done that with the Vanguard side as well. It took me quite a while to complete the quests in the Vanguard. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just a shit player, but I had a lot less time to play with this. I've been quite busy as we got closer to Christmas, so it has taken me longer, but that's why this video came out as late as it has. But yeah, so it just makes you play the game, play the content that's already there. And any new quests are good, you know. Festival of Lost, again, I'm going to keep going back to that because they are good comparisons there to show how the game is growing. It's so promising right now. It shows the difference in the attitude of the community. When Festival of Lost came out, it was like, oh god, Destiny's down the drain, down the toilet. But now with the Dawning, everyone's like, this is what we want to see. So I think Bungie are going to notice the difference in community feedback. And speaking of feedback, like I say in every single video, any form of feedback is appreciated on this video or any of my content. So if you want to go back and watch some of the videos I mentioned in this, feedback on them be appreciated just as much as it would be on this, to help me grow, help me improve, and overall make the next time you watch this channel, be it in a few days, in a few months, better. Overall, what made the Dawning, I'm going to stick to mainly the PvE part, better, is because I will have an overall Dawning thoughts coming out later. It'll be a lot shorter than the two separate videos, just a really brief overall thoughts, a bit of a comparison to previous live updates. What made this better is we had quests that made us play the game but didn't make us grind. You know, Crucible Kills as an engram is not fun, but this made us play the game more. It made us play content that was there, it made us play new content, it made the game actually feel really fresh. As strange as that sounds, we were playing old content, but it seemed really fresh. The whole design of the tower and everything was really nice, and it really did feel like a real celebration. But I'll go into greater detail with the overall thoughts of the Dawning. It'll be as I'm going to elaborate on it, it's going to be a little less technical, going to be more about the visuals, things like that. Just overall how the experience and theme was possibly a lot better. But this update was great, was a great improvement. Just made you get involved with the game, make you play stuff for good rewards as well. It had a fair amount of rewards that actually impact the way you play the game, impact the way you look. You know, we had a lot of cosmetic stuff, new armor sets that are actually worth grinding for. I know a lot of people don't like I think they're called the luminant ones. You know, the ones that kind of look like a beetle, the ones that kind of look like a water buffalo. A lot of people don't like them, but a lot of people do, and they're what you want to grind for. And also they've got rewards in there, like the Sparrow, that you can get the Dawning Sparrow and the Dawning Shader that, you know, you have to get the full armor set for, but the full armor set is quite achievable without microtransactions, which I am going to plug it for one final time. I will make a video on for, so subscribe and add notifications so you get notified for that. So yeah guys, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you enjoyed my review of the PvE side, the strike scoring side of the Dawning event. I'll be giving my thoughts overall of the event, and I've got a few videos planned. I have been uploading quite a lot, even though my YouTube channel just started a couple of weeks ago. I uploaded quite close together. I'm going to try and keep to that, maybe not every day like I did for 3 or 4 videos. It's just going to be as frequent as possible at the moment. It will get better after Christmas obviously. But subscribe for more, like, dislike, comment, any feedback is appreciated. I really nail that in every video, but any feedback is appreciated. I've been getting good feedback all, you know, overall, so, you know, I hope I'm doing everything right. But if I'm not, if I am pissing you off, because I know a lot of people on the internet get angry, if I'm If I'm triggering you, angering you, tell me why, and I will try my very best to improve it. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. If you made it this far, which my YouTube statistics suggest a few people actually do, if you made it this far, thank you so much. I'm really enjoying doing YouTube at the moment, and I hope, at least I think from the feedback I've gotten, I hope you guys are enjoying my content too. I hope to see you guys in a later video, and I hope you guys all have a great Christmas. I hope you have a good one and a good New Year, in case you don't watch another video from now to New Year. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good Christmas. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Merry Christmas for all of you that celebrate it. And until next time, bye bye.